Here's what I learned after losing 126 grand in my second STR deal. Some of you may have heard this story before, but I'm going to unpack it for you in this episode of Bill Faeth Unfiltered because this is totally applicable to not making an investment like I'm running a business. And a lot of you are doing that today, and you've done it in the past, as I did in my second foray, and you've made big mistakes like I did. Look, this was a $199,000 purchase that I lost $126,000 on. Could you imagine doing that today? That's like buying a place for $1 million today and losing 900 grand on it. And let me explain to you what I learned out of this, right? So I'm going to go back to the very first short-term rental that I purchased. And it was a beach house, Fort Morgan, Alabama. Believe it or not, it had a mural. Chris probably remembers the mural. It was a hand-painted mural, not as good as what my girl Corey does today. I wanted to get rid of it. My wife wanted to keep it, but we decided we wanted a beach house. And we flew to Gulf Shores, Alabama after being in Destin, Florida for fall break. And because we couldn't afford Destin, or we were actually literally having lunch. My good friend, William Wilson, we used to play professional golf together. He owns Frangista Beach Property Management down there. And we're at the pizza place in Seaside in like 2015. And we tell him that Bria wants a beach property. And I tell him, what's your budget? I said, look, I got like 125 grand, maybe 650. And she had 3 parameters. She wanted to be able to see the ocean, hear the ocean, and smell it. And Bill's like, well, that ain't going to fly here in Seaside, and you really probably aren't going to get anything in Destin. Remember, this is a decade ago. Think about today. So he told us, hey, you ever been to Gulf Shores? Never even heard of it. Went down to Gulf Shores, saw 10 properties, ended up buying the first one that we saw, and then listed it with the property manager that the realtor worked for. And everything was good for about 90 days. The property ended up being unique. It was marketable. It was a tier 2 property that we picked up for, I think it was around 625, 650. I can't remember exactly, something like that. You could actually see the ocean. You could hear the ocean. You could smell the ocean. And one of the things that I learned with that property is if you went out the basement door, right, or really the garage door, went down the stairs underneath the house. It was on stilts, pilings. And you walked out the driveway and walked around the house next to us and walked to the parking lot. It was still a super close walk, maybe 200, 300 steps. But as I started marketing that property, I literally ripped out the back door on the back side underneath the garage, and you could walk straight down the sand past the neighbor's house, and it cut that walk in half, like literally 60, 70 steps. That's where it started the marketability. You could get to boardwalk in like 37 steps. So in my listings, I started marketing 37 steps to the beach because in my opinion, the boardwalk starts the beach, right? And you're walking through sand anyways. So that's a positive lesson that I learned. The problem is once I fired the property manager after about 90 days, who not only were just horrible, but they were crooks, as well. Bill, you know who I'm talking about. We started crushing it. And if you've seen the Bella Vista case study, Chris, that's an old case study, but let's link that up down in the comments for them. You're going to see how they did. Don't hold me to this because I haven't seen this case study for about a year and a half. Chris, I think it was like $45,000 a year they did previously, and we were on pace to do that in the first 90 days. We did like 98,000 over the next 12 months and 112,000 the following year, I believe. Right? So that's a massive increase. And this is pre-COVID. But then my beloved Nashville Predators were playing the Dallas Stars in the Winter Classic on January 1st in Dallas, Texas. Can't remember the kid's name. I'll call him a kid because he had sent me a property. Literally, as we're driving to the game in the back of a Premier Transportation Sprinter with my good friends Kelly and Eric Devlin that used to own that company. You know, when you do something like that and it's like a noon game, you get there at 9 and you start having a couple of adult beverages. And I looked at the property and it was only $199. Views of the bay in Fort Morgan and ocean views. And I'm like, this is killer for $199. The house sucks, but I need to make some improvements to it. And you know what? I got this handyman that takes great care of me over here at Bella Vista, first and second period. Now, first adult beverage goes down around 9 o'clock on the way there. I don't know how many we had until about 12:30 between the first and the second period. I do a FaceTime walkthrough. And if you've ever tried to do a video or upload or do anything on an internet with 55,000 people in the Cotton Bowl in Texas, it was a little blurry. don't really know what I was seeing. I can still visualize the house, but I only visualize it like in destruction mode after Hurricane Sally ripped the damn thing down. I trusted my handyman from the other house to do the construction. I'm going to really shorten up this story for you. He got me red tagged. He did an illegal expansion as we were in the middle of construction. Somehow I had Wi-Fi issues. The Ring cameras that I put up wouldn't work, couldn't get a signal. Flew down there after about 8-9 weeks. The house is completely dismantled. They had done the demo, but nothing else had been done. The $32,000 lumber package that I had purchased, that I did see like the second to last day I had Ring camera access, was gone. There was nothing there. And this was in about May or June of 2020. So I fire the guy. I start dealing with the county to get myself unred tagged so I can actually finish the project. And that just took forever. Permitting was pulled under my name, not his name. Found out that I had a document that looked like the Alabama state issue GC permit. He was not a general contractor. He just scammed me. And that's because I didn't follow my process. I'll fast forward to September, right around now of 2020. Chris and myself, and in a different industry, were hosting a mastermind in Scottsdale, Arizona. And literally, this is right out of COVID. And all of a sudden, Hurricane Sally rips through Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, Fort Morgan, and basically demolished the house. Sold it for land value. Ended up losing $126,000 on that deal. I didn't have any processes. I didn't have an evaluation process at that time, right? I literally was sitting at a hockey game in Dallas, Texas, did a mediocre FaceTime walkthrough, did not see the property on my own. I have never since then put a property under contract. Well, that's not true. I've never bought a property without putting my eyes on it. Many times I will put something under contract, then fly there during due diligence and either back out or continue with purchasing the process, right? Are you ready to run your STR business like a real business? Baselane gives you everything you need in one place. Saves you hours every single month on your banking side and reconciling all the stuff that we all hate doing as STR owners in the back end in bookkeeping. Look, protect your money. You don't want to be mixing personal funds and property funds. That's a total rookie mistake. Baselane keeps you organized and your funds separate. It is the easy button if you're using Stessa or QuickBooks or any other component, and especially if you're a co-host or have multiple properties like me, because it quickly you can go in and you can add property after property after property and set everything up individually. Even when you go to Costco and you buy $300 worth of toilet paper for 3 properties at one time, one click, split, 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 boom, it all gets assigned to the correct property. I've got a special deal for you from Baselane. All you have to do is start today and get a free $100 when you sign up for Baselane and fund your account, and they'll drop it right into your account when you get started. I see things differently. So I have to have my own eyes on it. You're going to see things differently. You have to put your own eyes on it. I will not purchase a property without running my super grader. That gives me an analysis and an analytical comparison and subjective comparison of the property I'm looking to purchase, right along with 8 to 10 of the other properties that I'm either that property in purchase condition is directly comparable to, in after renovation value is directly comparable to. So I'm looking at the properties as is, helps me judge on how much money I should put into the property, what amenities I should select, what type of, do I spend $1.99 on flooring, or am I spending $2.99 on flooring? Do I spend $3,000 on that sectional couch, or do I spend $10,000 on that sectional couch? You get all that when you run a super grader. Links down below, 100% free. Get the super grader. Next is the proforma. I did not run a proforma on that property. I had zero idea outside of my gut feeling of how much that property would generate. I didn't go to AirDNA, STR Insights, STR IQ didn't exist. I literally just went off my gut feeling and the experience of the previous house. Even though it was only 2 miles away, it was a completely different submarket, a completely different part of Fort Morgan, a smaller house. It just, they don't compare at all. Put my own eyes on it, run a super grader, run a proforma. All 3 of those are down. You got the Bella Vista case study. You got the proforma, free, link down below. Super grader, link down below. The big one is putting my own eyes on it, running my own data. figuring out what my net operating income is going to be, figuring out what my cash on cash is going to be. But the most important thing, because I got lucky in the first property because it had built-in marketability that I didn't know that I needed at that time. The number one reason I go and look at every single property with my own eyes is to figure out how I'm going to market it. So when I'm running my super grader, that number from 1 to 10 in that marketability category is basically the accumulation of your views, your location, the design, whatever's unique about that property or the landscape or the access, the proximity, the amenities that you're going to put into it. You know, we had a lady, I was fortunate enough to sit in here with Bria and Ashita in this room when they did their first STR design school coaching call. And there was a lady that had a property in Fort Morgan and it was a mile away from the beach. So she can't market that she's walkable to the beach. And it was small and it didn't have great views. And the condo building area that she's in doesn't have tremendous amenities. And it was painted that teal color. 3,182 out of 4,000 properties in that area use that same color, interior and exterior. That is what I'm talking about. That devalues the property. Those are things that I've learned as I've looked at competitors and looked at and grown my own portfolio. So the last thing that I learned was that you have to be different. So when we sold Bella Vista and we built Dragonfly, which is still our it's number 2 performing property in our portfolio. We built it in West Beach. We looked at all the exterior colors, all the interior colors, and we did something at that time that nobody else had done. And it was a white exterior with black trim. And it was not beachy, it wasn't yellow, it wasn't blue, it wasn't anything else. When Bria just turned a side-by-side duplex of 3 3s into a 7-6, I've never seen a wall mural put up in a kitchen. And she put a 22-foot long wall mural up in a kitchen, which became part of the focal point for the interior of this combination. And it was black and white and it was surf. So think about like way back, if you're old like me, like Gidget and surfing, we're talking surfing, not beach. So also how you design your properties. This is the added bonus that I think is the most critical mistakes once you've purchased that you guys are making. You're following the standard that's set by everybody on social media. You're assuming that they are experienced. You're assuming that they're making more money and you're not doing something completely unique. The reason that I have a 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom condo that are super properties is because they have been designed, because we only have that small square footage inside of those 4 walls, just like everybody else. Over the top design with elegance to be able to attract wealthy Wendy, my buyer persona. Those are the mistakes that I see you guys making that I made when I first started with my first couple of properties. If I would have never made that mistake with number 2, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today. If I would have got lucky with number 2, I probably would have not had all the processes in place that I share with you guys today to protect your investments and help you find super properties as opposed to settling for average. You deserve a super property. You deserve it. There's no reason for you not to deserve it. So analyze what you own today. If it's not super, let's make a change. Message me and comment down below. Send me your link down below and I will take a look at your property. Because I don't want anybody in my community, in my 34,000 person Facebook group, on Instagram, here on YouTube, to settle for being average or normal. You deserve to be super. If you want to be super, reach out to me directly. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's really the super button up there for you to be able to learn how to build super properties. And make sure you check out the next video.